But there's things that I just wanted to sort of bring to people's attention through this too.
So these are the risks or things to consider that people may not be thinking about. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, what's that quote that you say about good questions?
The quality of your questions determine the quality of your life.
Yes.
Or the quality of your outcomes.
Yeah. So it's like, well, how do you know what questions to ask? And this is the questions I'm giving you to ask. So, you know,
like it.
Do what you want with that. But
good setup.
The whole, I guess, grey area is around so Shaylee example, principal place of residence, fantastic. There's no capital gains tax on principal place of residence. Thank you, government. It's nice to get a bit of a tick on that one.
Yeah.
But the issue is, if you're generating an income out of this granny flat, then you're inviting a capital gains tax event potentially into your life on the sale of that principal place of residence in the future.
Oh,
a bit of a mouthful.
Okay, so I understand that. Listen back, reverse back 15, 20, 30 seconds if you want to get that. But I'm on board with you there, Sam. And so would that be because it changes the asset type to not be a principal place of residence for you anymore because you're turning that property into an investment? Or would is it possible to just claim one granny flat as an investment and still claim the PPOR as your primary place of residence?
Oh, well,
the main dwelling.
There's a calculation, right?
Yeah.
And it's important to understand this, and we'll talk about some maybe different ways to get around it, so you can get the best of both worlds. So, drop that little carrot there for you to keep on listening. Please keep on listening. So the formula around that is, look, if you've got this property that you've owned it, so the ATO give you a formula, and it's the capital gain. So you bought this property.
Are we talking about just the primary?
Yeah, you bought your. I'll do the example.
Yes,
full example. I'm rubbish at these examples. That's why Jared's here to ask better questions. So bear with me. So you buy a house for $500,000, and then it increases over a 10-year period to $1 million.
Yeah,
there's a capital gain there of $500,000.
Yeah,
as a principal place of residence, you don't have to pay any tax on that.
On that $500K because of the gain. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. If it was an investment property, then you would pay a
50%.
Well, you pay the capital gain on that, but you hold it for over 1 year, so you get a 50% discount. So in reality, if you had an investment that went up,
also if you lived in it for a year,
no, as long as you hold an investment for over 12 months,
yep,
the government then give you a capital gains tax exemption of up to 50%.
Okay, cool.
So if you, in this example, buy a $500,000 property, goes to $1 million. If it goes to $1 million in 11 months, I don't know, it could be possible.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Then you're paying like the 50% of that gain as tax. That's $250,000. So that's like, why? That's insane.
It's insane.
And don't sell it in 11 months. Wait till you get over 12 months because then, general advice, talk to your accountant. But then your capital gains tax, you'll get the discount. So instead of paying $250 after, say, 13 months instead of 11 months, you're paying $125.
Cool.
So that's like
that will be the same if 500K property went to 10 years, you sold it after 10 years is worth $1 million, you'd be your 500K capital gain, decrease that by 50%.
Yeah,
and then it'd be $250.
It'll be $125 as an investment.
Oh, so yeah, as an investment. Yeah.
So anything after that 1 year, it's the same. So you get that.
So if capital gains tax is 50% of the gain, and then you can also get another exemption of 50% as well. Just to clarify for you guys, because that could be confusing.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, jump on the ATO website and have a bit of a look around. Just search capital gains tax exemptions for investment properties if you are going down that path. But for principal place of residence, this is why there's strategies around building equity in your own home, because you can do that, sell it, and you don't have to pay any capital gains tax, and you don't need to achieve a higher growth rate because you're not paying that $125,000 in tax on the back end. And that's like the flipping strategy can be risky for those people, is that they can do their figures and they're saying, all right, well, that house on the street sold for, $1.2 million. I can do this. there's about 200 grand in fat in profit there after all expenses. But then it's like, well, it's actually $100,000 in profit if you're doing it within that 12-month period, because you've got to pay 50% tax on that 200 grand. And then you sort of start, I always look at opportunity cost and go, well, what else could you actually be doing to make that 100 grand with that level of effort of doing a full renovation on a house?
Yeah.
And there's also risks in that the market could turn over that period, or what you're planning is not really, you might think it's going to go for 1.2 million, but the market actually tells you on sale day it's gone for 1.1.